Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XLM. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XLM. And once again, this is the one-day chart. We're sitting here just under 11 cents. You know, XLM is running with the rest of the market right now. It pulled back with XRP as well. The charts look identical. And you know, XLM is still very undervalued compared to where it's going. And I think we're about to see the price on XLM change in the very near future. Soroban is the most versatile and useful smart contract platform out there because it's incubated by Stellar, written in Rust and compiled to WASM. We must begin to prepare for increased volume, gaming integrations, lending and borrowing, wormholes, scalability, NFT utility, and derivative synthetics. There are tons of projects on Stellar that can't wait to leverage Soroban's capabilities to create more cash flow from protocol revenue. You know, I think out of the gate, Soroban is going to start to bring value very fast to this cryptocurrency. But it got delayed once again. Stellar's foundation supports delay of smart contracts upgrade after there was a bug found. And these are now the key dates. February 2nd, Core 20.2 release candidate. February 6th, testnet reset plus upgrade. February 9th, Core 20.2 stable release. February 20th, target vote on Protocol 20 upgrade vote plus phase 0. So I think Soroban is definitely worth the wait. I think this is going to be an incredible time to be an XLM holder once Soroban goes live. Then there's this. Ripple and Stellar note it. And you see, Stellar Network is now being used to provide interoperability between different mobile money operators in Nigeria, Kenya, and Ghana, and to facilitate remittance payments to the Philippines, working with remittance provider Coins.ph. You know, everybody always says they're not utilizing the Stellar Network or they're not utilizing the token because the price isn't moving. They're utilizing it, but it's not at a demand level yet. That's going to start to come in the very near future with ISO. And we haven't got value from ISO yet, but every time you see Christine Lagarde talk or other people talk from the BIS, they're saying 2024 is the year and not 2025. And as that demand starts picking up and payments are being done on a daily basis and money's moving on a daily basis, I think that's when we're going to start to see the price of XLM rise over time based on utility. Crypto to cash off-ramps give the unbanked access to the digital economy. Stellar is the global leader in off-ramp locations. You know, this is what I love about XLM and Stellar. It works with fiat. It works with cash. Because people now are using what Trump said as a narrative inside of crypto. Trump said there's not going to be a CBDC in the United States. Good luck getting rich, XRP, XLM holders. You know, they don't realize that XLM works with cash. It's being utilized right now on a daily basis. That's why I said we don't even need to have a CBDC in the United States, thanks to cryptocurrencies like XRP and XLM. MoneyGram's non-custodial crypto wallet is set to go live in the first quarter of 2024. The wallet will be built on the Stellar network and will allow users to leverage stablecoin technology to move between fiat and digital currencies. There will be no charge to use it until June of 2024. I'm anticipating this as well. I think this is going to bring a lot more users on board And MoneyGram has been killing it over all during this entire bear market, opening up more and more on-off ramp locations all around the world. And that's like I always tell you, we're getting close to the new financial system. Once all those rails are in place, because we can't have a new financial system and still leave people behind. Everyone will be able to access the new financial system, level playing field. Stellar XLM, soon to become the first and only public blockchain to have a CBDC successfully running on its public ledger. Take a listen.
On that chain. So we've actually had a lot of folks, I think I can think of at least 3 different, like that Ukraine did it at one point. And there's other companies that have taken Stellar and created a private instance of it. And they've used it. And Ukraine actually looked at the government there, looked at it at first, and they were like, but the value of the blockchain is that it's not that. Like, you can use it for that. Right. So they then have now gone to the public network and thought about moving on to the public network for that reason. So I do think that there's just, obviously, I think that there's value for all of this technology, but I think the public notion of this, and one of the questions I get, right, from...
I think that's huge because it shows that it can run on a public blockchain. And I think what Stellar's doing in Ukraine right now, I think they're testing CBDC technology. And I think it's being done through our US government as well. Me thinking outside the box, what if all this war stuff, Ukrainian, Russia, Taiwan, China, is really about currency adoption and which crypto they all will use? I was always thinking the same thing. I always thought the Ukraine-Russia war started at that specific time for a reason. And I think it opened up Ukraine as a testing ground for everything that they want to use here inside the United States. Conversation with Danelle Dixon from Stellar and the IMF about cross-border settlements with the reserve currency acting as an intermediary between two currencies being swapped, like a bridge currency. The IMF always knew it was XRP and XLM, and I point that out in almost every XRP video that I do as well, because for some reason along the way, people lost interest in XLM, but they kept that interest that they had in XRP. When I first bought my XLM, the narrative back then was so similar. Every time somebody talked about XLM and XRP in the same sentence, everybody agreed. Now, all of a sudden, for some reason, it's like these two cryptocurrencies are fighting each other, and they're not. They're going to work side by side. And I always tell people, if you're going to diversify, if you hold XLM, hold XRP. If you hold XRP, also hold XLM. Digital Asset Aid and Assistance. Stellar Org pioneers blockchain humanitarian aid. I always said humanitarian aid is also going to be part of the new financial system. You're still going to have crisis. You're still going to have wars and, natural disasters. And I think this is going to be huge for Stellar. It's going to bring a lot of value onto this network year over year. The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees is using Stellar blockchain technology to provide refugees with secure and portable digital wallets and ID. Like I said, they are testing everything in Ukraine. And even digital ID, I am not a fan of that at all. It's going to be tied to every aspect of your life, your work history, your carbon footprint, your health records, your social credit score in the future, all tied to those digital IDs. But I think they want to see how it works there before they implement it here in the US. I think the Ukraine became a huge testing ground for everything, including CBDCs. Very good chance that US passes stablecoin laws this year. You know why they're pushing for stablecoin laws in the United States? Because we're waiting for that emergency situation that they're going to create to roll out a CBDC. And I think USDC is actually the US digital dollar. And I just recently did a video where I showed Ripple's ties to the World Economic Forum and how Ripple, the company, is on board with the same agenda as the World Economic Forum. And you could say the same thing about Stellar. The World Economic Forum pushing for CBDCs, Stellar pushing for CBDCs. World Economic Forum pushing for digital IDs, Stellar working on digital IDs. Same thing's going to happen with carbon credits. And it's not just Stellar and it's not just Ripple. It's Hedera, it's Algorand. But you know, I always said it. If I want to enrich myself, right? I'm going to invest in what the elites are investing in. And they're investing in certain cryptocurrencies. And I always said, you know, if you're going to enrich yourself, you could possibly break yourself away from a CBDC in the future. Rich people are not going to be living under a CBDC. Klaus Schwab is not going to live under a CBDC. They're going to have a different way of transacting away from a CBDC. It's the same reason I always looked at these cryptocurrencies that are utility driven, that are going to move money around the world. They're going to be more valuable than any country CBDC. We are holding the technology that's going to be moving CBDCs. That's what's going to make us very wealthy. And that's why I'm always going to be holding XLM. Tokenization is taking off. Make no mistake, Stellar is the network institutions are turning to bring real-world assets to the masses. Take a listen.
In 2023, tokenization on the network reached new heights, with Stellar gaining recognition as a leader. You don't have to take our word for it. Funds managed by institutional players including Franklin Templeton, WisdomTree, BitBond, ABN AMRO, which represent tokenized real-world assets like securities, fiat currencies, gold, and more, reached a total market cap of over $340 million last year. Messari stated in its latest crypto thesis that funds on Stellar have grown to be the large plurality of tokenized treasuries and the largest liquid instruments that any Wall Street firm have actually offered on-chain, including stablecoins. Stellar was designed for asset tokenization way back when, and we've seen its features make it an easy choice for issuers to build on and take their assets to market. Those features include like the clawback functionality and other compliance features that regulated entities are going to have to leverage.
Take notice that she talked about regulated entities looking at this, and you have to have regulations in place as well on the network if you're going to be involved with tokenization. And Stellar went in that direction early on. And I think that was a smart move back then, because now look at where we are with tokenization. This is going to lead to trillions of dollars coming onto this network. And it's going to push the price of XLM up very fast. And a lot of people are not going to see it coming. And that also starts this year. U.S. debt clock update. Gold and silver are poised for a reevaluation in the emerging financial landscape. Quantum financial system mirroring a parallel shift towards digital assets like XRP and XLM. You know, whoever's in charge of the U.S. debt clock, they're telling you right there in front of you that we are going to see the rise of a new financial system. And all you got to do is stay patient long enough. You can get very wealthy from this just by holding these cryptocurrencies. XLM is so overlooked right now. I'm thinking Soroban's going to make people come back into XLM though, once they start to see this cryptocurrency pop off. You know, we're not going to be looking at an 11-cent XLM forever. All you have to do is stay patient, stay positive. Let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.